Let's talk about this weekend's total lunar eclipse in Pisces for all water rising signs. Now, before I get into the signs, let's talk about the general understanding of an eclipse. The eclipse, the lunar eclipse, is a more intensified full moon. And a total lunar eclipse is, well, you guessed it, we are taking it up a notch. Now, when it comes to Pisces energy, what we are dealing with here is emotional release and also spiritual clarity. We are having the opportunity to gain spiritual clarity in a more intensified way because we're also dealing with the North Node here. So this is a full moon, a release, but it's the North Node, which means directional, like we are heading towards it. And this is a bit of a simplified explanation, like of the North Node, like we're heading towards the North Node. But for the understanding of this video, let's just keep it there. It's you understanding that in order to grow and evolve, move forward in your life, move closer to the person you want to be, you have to let go of old habits, maybe people, maybe whatever it is, right? Things in your life, a home, a car, a person. You gotta let go of them. And with eclipses, it's generally not a choice. It is happening, and then you are dealing with the consequences. And the more you can align with what is happening, understanding that it is happening for you, not against you or not to you, the more you will be able to flow with this energy. Let's start with Cancer rising. For you, this is a 9th house eclipse. So we are talking belief systems, we are talking religion, we are talking higher learning, academics, philosophy, but we're also talking foreign countries, foreign things in general. So what I often see with eclipses in the 9th house is that there is a sudden shift, or it's seemingly sudden shift in belief, like belief system. Like this can relate to religion, but this can also relate to the way you see the world. Because remember, the 9th house is connected to Sagittarius, Jupiterian energy, vision, right? The vision for our life. And sometimes certain beliefs that we have, they stand in the way between where we're at and where we're headed. Maybe someone is telling you something that then makes you go, wait, what? It changes you, right? This is like, remember, a full moon is a culmination. The moon is full, it's highlighted. So it's like suddenly I see, I don't know, I'm reminded on that song from the early 2000s. Remember that song? Katie Tunstall? Suddenly I see. That's that vibe. This could also be like an ending of some academic studies. So maybe, you're finished, or you're realizing, wait a minute, so what I've studied, what I've learned is actually not aligned with who I am, what I believe. So there might be a big kind of like, whoa, shift in understanding of yourself and where you're coming from. Remember, 3rd house, early education, not just education in terms of schooling, but also education in terms of parenting, the way you've been parented. So it's a big area here. But the most important thing here is that you understand that you have to stay open, right? And if you want to broaden your horizon, you gotta stay open to new things coming in and old things going, and you gotta let them go. Scorpio rising. Now this is an eclipse in your 5th house. We're talking romance, we're talking creative self-expression, your love life, but also children play a role here. Like, for example, a love affair or also a creative project might reach its climax. And now you have to decide, what am I going to do? Is this the finish line, or where do I take this next? This is also about understanding that you gotta allow yourself to let your authentic joy flow again. And this can relate to you starting something creative, a new creative project. Maybe you're making a business out of your hobby. Maybe children can play a role here too, because there's a lot of joy in it. I know there's also a lot of hardship that comes with raising a child, but there's a lot of joy. So, but the thing is that you got to remind yourself that it's important in order to live joyful and to have more joy and creativity in your life. You got to release the fear of vulnerability, because vulnerability is necessary in order to create anything related to the heart. Pisces rising, for you, this is a first house eclipse. We are talking identity, self-expression, self-image, and your personal path. This is a personal reset. The old path is dissolving, and you need to let it dissolve. Everything that is associated with that old path that keeps you from moving forward, it's got to go. And that can relate to people, that can relate to homes, this can relate to a job, this can relate to anything, right? Only you know what this relates to. But whatever it is, you got to let this go. I talked about this for Virgos, because for Virgo rising, this falls into the 7th house. And I said, if you are looking for a king, you need to let the frogs go. You can't hold on to the frog, hoping he will one day turn into a king. This is not the Brothers Grimm's story here. Okay, this is your story. And you write it. And you write it with your pen. So it's a powerful time to let go and release what no longer reflects you, and what no longer reflects the version of you that you are becoming or that you want to live, right? I keep talking about this constantly, where in order to be the person that you see over there, that you one day want to be, you have to start doing the things that that person is doing. You also have to start thinking like that person is thinking. You have to make decision like that person makes decision. That's how you morph into it, right? That's how you morph into that person.